Hi everyone. This video is for anybody interested in actually starting their own hair care journey and you're just wondering where do you even start? Like, where do I begin? What do I do? Let's go. I've got like 10 tricks or tips for starting a healthy hair care journey that will allow your hair to grow and to actually retain the length that you have. They kind of help me on my own hair journey, so hopefully they'll help you. And these are in no particular order, they're just very important to get a fresh trim or haircut starting out your hair journey. You don't want to start it off with ragged ends, dead ends, split ends, anything like that, because as your hair continues to grow, it's going to continue to break and split up your hair shaft. So getting a fresh cut is very, very, very important. When I started my own hair journey, I started at the top of neck length, and that was the last time I went to a beauty salon. So a fresh cut and trim is important. Yes, you're going to lose the length, but it'll be worth it in the long run. Understand that one person's regimen or products may or may not work exactly for your hair. Like, say for instance, there's some lady that you're looking at on a hair care forum who's washing her hair 4 times a week. She may need to do that for her hair, but you might not need to do that. So it's good to do research and look on hair care forums, on different sites, YouTube videos, blogs for inspiration and information. But don't look at one person's hair as your hair like idol and say, oh, I'm following this regimen so I can get her hair. It doesn't work that way. So yes, do research, lots and lots of research, but understand that this stuff may or may not work directly for you. Start off with basic products. Basic products include shampoo, conditioner, which include your moisturizing conditioner and your protein conditioners, a deep conditioner, your moisturizers, your oils, or your sealants. These are all basic products. When you're looking at people's regimens or products, you don't have to go out and buy everything that's on their list. You might not even need some of the stuff that's on that list because you don't know your hair just yet. So find the basics, and that's a good way to get your products started. Once you're trying out products, try to give your new ones at least a 3-month period before you ditch them or go out and buy new ones, because you want to actually see if these products are working for your hair. If you're just trying something just for the sake of trying it, you're going to, one, be wasting a whole lot of money and a whole lot of products. So give it a chance and see if it works. Now, if it doesn't work, ditch it. Start to learn your hair. Know if you're suffering from an itchy scalp, dandruff, dry hair, issues with product buildup, anything like that with your hair. Try to learn it, because that's going to help you establish your wash and co-wash days. So for starters, you can pick a wash day, which is the day you're washing with a shampoo. Then go and pick a co-washing day. And that's just the day that you're using conditioner to wash your hair instead of a shampoo. With that, you're balancing out the amount of moisture that is being left in your hair, because when you shampoo, your hair is going to be stripped of its natural oils. Deep conditioning is recommended after every wash, but almost always after a shampooing day and after a protein treatment. You always want to follow up with a deep conditioner on those days, because like I said, your hair is stripped of its natural oils and you want to put that moisture back in your hair. Moisturizing and sealing. You hear it all the time about the importance of moisturizing and sealing. The reason that's important is because when you're either natural, relaxed, text-lax, whatever the case may be, your hair needs to have moisture in your hair. Otherwise, you're going to have experience with breakage, and you don't want that. So moisturizing your hair is very, very, very important, and sealing it in with an oil is going to lock that moisture in. Some people moisturize and seal daily, and some do it as they feel that their hair needs it. So like, for instance, if you're a lady with thinner hair, you might not need to moisturize and seal every day because it's going to weigh your hair down, and you don't want that. If If you're a lady with thicker hair, you might need to moisturize until every day because your hair is going to soak up that moisture. It's totally what your hair needs. Understand the importance and the difference between protective styling and low manipulation styling. I've seen on different hair care blogs where people have braid outs and they call that a protective styling. So a protective style is when your hair is completely tucked away, no ends are out, your hair is like actually hidden, or your ends are like this. And a low manipulation style is basically when you have the ease of styling your hair without like constantly combing or brushing it on a daily basis. So for example, protective styles include buns, braids, twists, sew-ins, wigs, things like that completely cover your hair or cover your ends to protect them. Low manipulation styles are like braid outs, twist outs, bantu knot outs, ponytails, things like that where your ends are still exposed, but you're not combing and brushing your hair on a consistent basis. The idea of heat. If you are somebody that plans to keep heat in your regimen, you have to understand that using direct heat on a regular basis will be crucial to your hair. If you're using heat on a regular basis, it's best that you first learn how to cut down on heat. As a rule of thumb, most people give themselves a once a month heat pass where they're allowing themselves one day out of the month to flat iron, blow dry, or whatever direct use of heat they're applying to their hair. If you can do that once a month, great. If you can go longer, that's even better because you want to give your hair a break from that constant styling with direct heat. You also want to use a heat protectant. Some people don't, that's their preference, but it's wise that you use a heat protectant because it's protecting your hair from heat. And I also found out through some research that grapeseed oil makes for a great heat protectant. So with that, you want to blow dry your hair on low heat after your hair is pretty much completely air dry, and that's just to decrease the amount of time you're putting the direct heat on. A tip on growth aids. Growth aids do not grow your hair. And you're probably wondering, well, why the heck would they call it a growth aid? My theory is, if you're not taking care of your hair, if you're not using all of these different tips on a healthy hair regimen, and you're just putting a growth aid on your scalp and all that jazz, but you're not washing, you're not deep conditioning, you're not protective styling, your hair is not going to reap the benefits of actually using a growth aid. So if you're going to use one, still maintain a healthy hair regimen because then your hair will actually reap the benefits of using it. Keep a diary, a blog, journal, whatever, of your hair regimen. Any products that you're using, any styles that you liked, any changes in your regimen that impacted your hair, things like that are going to help you see the progress that you're making with your hair, any setbacks that you may encounter, and it's a great way to keep yourself current on what's happening with your hair. And then if you look back, like I have a journal that I kept, if you look back from like a year ago or 6 months ago, you can say, oh, well, I picked up this product and I didn't like it, so I'm not going to go out and buy it again. So it's important that you keep some type of documentation of your hair. Take pictures roughly like every 3 to 6 months, because in that time frame you can see the most change in your hair. If you're taking pictures like once a month or once every 2 weeks, you're not going to see that big of a change, and it can cause you to feel discouraged and make you feel like your hair isn't growing, which and it is, but because you're taking your pictures so close together, you're not seeing how much the hair has grown. Be consistent. That's what I feel is the most important rule of a healthy hair journey, is consistency. When you're consistent, your hair is going to respond and let you know that what you're doing is working. If you slip up, cut corners, it's gonna show. When you're consistent, it's so worth it. So once you found your staple products, once you found a regimen that works, stick to it, get through it, and be done. And that's pretty much all. Just Set realistic goals for yourself. Understand that your hair grows and it's gonna grow, but as you being the sole provider for your hair, you have to realize that it's gonna take time and patience. So be consistent, wait for the results, and it will happen. It won't happen overnight, but it will happen. Yeah. Bye, guys.